Are you looking at relocating to Panama from the US or Canada? Let me give you some tips on how to do so. Number one, and the most important one, is going to be to build your network here on the ground in Panama. So when you're coming from another country, you want to find people that you trust here to help you, because at some point Google Translate is only going to get you so far. You're going to need to go into the bank, you're going to need to take out your license plates, you're going to need to go through a lot of processes here that you've never experienced here in Panama, and they're different. So find a good attorney that speaks English. Find someone at the bank that you trust. We can help you with that. We can help you make the connections to do so. But that is by far the most important thing in Panama. At the end of the day, it's a very small country, so you want to make sure that you make the right connections to get off on the right foot. Number two would be immigration, and that requires an attorney. So there's a lot of different residency requirements or options for residency on how to get residency in Panama. And the best way to find out which one would work best for you or what you qualify for is to talk with an attorney. We can recommend you one. There's lots of good attorneys in Panama, but I would definitely recommend reading about them, looking online. You can feel free to ask us, but a good attorney makes a world of difference. Number three, real estate. So whether you're looking to buy immediately or rent first when you come, find a good developer or find a good broker that you trust, that knows the areas, that knows Panama. Panama, at the end of the day, is a very small country. Panama City can vary a lot by street even. So work with somebody that doesn't just want to sell you something or rent you something tomorrow to make a good commission. Someone that genuinely wants to get to know you and your circumstance and what you're looking for, because it can make a world of difference. Number four would be to get a bank account, which the process can be a little different than what you're used to back home, especially for Americans who have FATCA tattooed on their forehead. We come with a lot of paperwork for the banks here, so it's not impossible. I opened a bank account as soon as I moved here. I have various other bank accounts now, but it's taken time. So I've known people to spend from opening to closing in the bank, and they've had to come back the next day because they weren't able to successfully open a bank account in that time. I would recommend speak to us about which banks are more accepting of foreigners, and it also helps too if your attorney sometimes has connections that they can introduce you to within a bank. Number five would be to get an international insurance. Panama has a lot of good insurances here within the country. I like having the option that if I ever needed some emergency surgery, I have the option to go back to the US or Canada to do so. I have great coverage. Honestly, I know quite a few people that don't have coverage here in Panama, and they only have coverage for if they need to go travel for something internationally, because the fees here in Panama that you'll pay to go see a normal doctor or to even go see a specialty doctor is a fraction of what you guys would be used to. It's almost astounding. I paid a lot out of pocket when I first came, and I didn't know if I was going to stay. Now I have an international insurance. There's lots of good ones. I personally use Bupa, but that allows me to be covered here in Panama, all over the world. And if I ever had an emergency, God forbid, I could go back to the US or Canada and have it situated there. And number six, if you're moving with kids and you're looking at the school system here, Panama has three different school systems. Panama has the public school system. Panama has two different private school systems. So Panama has the US schedule private school, and they have the Panama private school system. So the only difference is the schedule when they have summer break. So Panama summer break is from December to March, and US would be exactly what you're used to in the States, or Canada, which would be June to August. There's some really, really fabulous schools here, some really fabulous international schools here that have international teachers with really high qualifications, with amazing campuses. So I would encourage you you can easily look online, you can ask me for school recommendations. I've done lots and lots of research on every school here, but Panama has some really, really fabulous options for schools. If you guys have more questions that I didn't answer here today, please feel free to put them in the comment section below, or you can contact me. My contact details will also be there. Click subscribe and keep up to date with our most recent videos.